Good evening and welcome to the Thursday night net of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society. This net meets on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. on this frequency of 146.460. No PL tone and no offset. My name is Shaun and my call sign is KE0MAD. While this is not an emergency net, if anyone has any emergency traffic at any time, please call break. Does anyone have any emergency traffic? Please call now. All right, hearing none, we will move on. Our goal with the Simplex Net is to reach out as far into the Ozarks listening area as possible, testing the effectiveness of our stations in radio-to-radio contact without the use of a repeater. I will be using NetLogger for check-ins on this net, and anyone who wishes to can check in early by monitoring the OARS Simplex Net there. The Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at the Happy House Restaurant in Monette, Missouri. The meeting is at 7 p.m., but everyone is welcome to come in at 6 p.m. to eat and enjoy some good conversation. Individuals pay for their own meal, but you do not have to eat to attend. You also do not have to be a ham to attend, and everyone is welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next meeting is going to be August 12th at White Park at 5 p.m., which is also going to be our picnic at White Park in Aurora. So remember that. And also, we were going to have let me let this drop for a second. All right, had to let it cool off for a second there. Kind of warm in this room. We're going to have a POTA event this Saturday at George Washington Carver Park at 10 a.m. to, I think, was it 2 p.m., I believe? And we also are going to have a tailgate August 19th, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. at White Park, also in Aurora. This net is now being streamed live on the 5-9 Radio YouTube channel, so if you want to see how you sound on the radio or miss part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. So I'm going to begin tonight's net with short time and mobile stations. Any short time or mobile stations, please call now.
Whiskey, Foxtrot, 5 Uniform, Bevy, 5U, Allen, East Edge of Springfield, in and out. Charlie, 0, Quebec, Alpha, in and out.
All right, we got WF5U, Allen in Springfield. In and out. You're sounding good over here, Alan. About a 5 and 5 signal. Thanks for checking in tonight. Enjoy the heat there. Just kidding. And also we got a KC0 Quebec Alpha short time. Do you have anything to announce or just in and out?
I just thought I'd get in here and check in and out.
All right. Well, we appreciate you checking in, and we look forward to you checking in again. So you're more than welcome to come back every Thursday.
Roger, roger.
All right. Do we have any more short time or mobile check-ins? Please call now. All right, hearing none, we'll just move right up onto the NetLogger check-ins. AE0C's first one on there. Wes and Miller, how you doing, Wes?
Well, hello, Shaun, and everyone on the net. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Doing pretty good around here. Not a whole lot going on other than Siri's been studying her little heart out. I sure hope she's well enough to pass it. She's kind of in the low 80s right now, so I mean that's probably okay. I'd like to see her in the mid to upper 80s, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm kind of curious when Marvin comes on with his turn, if he'd let us know if Callista's coming also. and if they're going to bring Nevaeh along, because I'm sure that Siri'd like to say hi to her.
Oh, I'll bet you're right. Yeah, I'll try to remember to ask that. Well, he probably can hear you much easier than he can hear me. You guys are much closer together. All right, well, I'm crossing my fingers there for her, Wes. I hope she's able to do it. Of course, she's in the low 80s. It don't take very long to hit that mark where you start doing better, because that's usually about the point where you're starting to absorb most all the questions.
Yeah, she just got into the low 80s today, so she was in the 60s, 70s range yesterday. But I was getting a little worried, but today I'm feeling a little bit better about it. So anyway, I'm hoping that it all works out. I imagine it'll be a little bit on the luck of the draw of what question pools or what questions she draws out of the pool, but hopefully it'll be ones that she knows. So anyway, I'm gonna turn it back to you and let you move on down the list. AE0OC, back to net control.
All right, Wes. Thanks for checking in. Next on the net logger check-in list is KA0S. Oh no, I'm sorry. KF0KUA is next on the list. I almost skipped over you. KF0KUA, KE0MAD. How you doing this evening?
KE0MAD. This is KF0KUA, South Springfield. Bob, and glad to be here tonight. You all doing well?
All right, well, not as good a copy as I normally have on you. Of course, I don't have the beam right now is pointed to the southeast, so not the strongest of copies, but I'm definitely able to hear you. Hopefully, you're making it through this heat okay.
Roger, we are making it through the heat. I'm sorry about my signal quality today. May not have my antenna quite set up as well as usual. Hopefully I'll get that solved in a few weeks. KF0KUA, back to the net. Thank you for the net.
All right, Bob, thanks for checking in. And 7-3 to you. All right, next on the net logger check-in list is KA0SPM. Steve in Springfield. How you doing?
Doing good. How's the copy?
It's good. No problem.
All right, very good. Well, we visited a Crystal Cave on the north side of Springfield and took advantage of some really nice natural air conditioning. It was 60 degrees. So we had a very cool little adventure. It was pretty fun. Other than that, just trying to stay cool. So back to you, Shaun. Good net. KA0SPM.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like going to those caves. That's pretty neat. When it's nice and cool in there and it's blazing hot outside. It's really interesting when you drive out of there and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock because we were in there about an hour in. We got used to it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, Steve, thanks for checking in, and hopefully we can catch up with you next week. Next on the list is KE6GAE, Dave in Rogersville. How you doing, Dave?
KE0MAD, the rest of that. This is KE6GAE. Oh, we're doing pretty good, Shaun. I hope I'm getting in tonight.
Yeah, you're getting in good.
All right, yeah. Just looking forward to the POTA event Saturday. Probably won't be there all day. It's supposed to be hot, so we'll definitely be there at 10 o'clock. One question I did have is anybody meeting for breakfast before that POTA event on Saturday?
Well, I think it'd be a good idea to do so since it's it's not really on the way. But, I mean, I'm definitely open for it if anybody else wants to.
I'm game too. Just let us know where we're going to meet for breakfast. So we'll definitely want to have breakfast on the way down there. Other than that, don't have a whole lot for the net. Looking forward to Saturday. Looking forward to seeing everybody. Thanks for running the net tonight, Shaun. everybody it's just supposed to get hotter and hotter through the next week. So just pay attention to staying hydrated and pay attention to what your body's telling you when it comes to the heat. KE6GAE, back to net control.
All right, Dave, and those listening, what he was talking about was us going to breakfast Saturday before the POTA meetup. So I think this month is the Mount Vernon Family Restaurant, if I'm not mistaken. And if that's the case, that's probably all right for most people. Not all, but that might be an okay on-the-way spot too down there. So just a thought. I'll probably end up going up there, Dave, just so you know. It probably won't be that early, though. This way it'll work out to go there, then straight over to the POTA meetup.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And, yeah, that restaurant will work perfect for us.
All right, I'll text you and let you know what I'm thinking about on time for me going up there. All right, thank you, Dave, for checking in, and we'll catch you next week. I'm going to skip over N0MLP because I'm on the omnidirectional. I'll catch him as I'm swinging the beam. So we'll go to KE0DGB, Jimmy in Springfield. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good, Shaun. Hello, everybody on the net. Just trying to stay in where it's cool. Been putting that A3 Chris-craft together, and I put it together enough I got it out of the basement today. So anyway, that's about all that's going on here. Everything going okay with you?
Yep, everything's going good, and we're trying to keep them chickens cool. It's been kind of a struggle, all this heat at work, but we're getting through it. Hopefully we can get a break here pretty soon.
One of these days. These birds are driving me nuts this evening. Anyway, that's about all I got, Shaun. Thanks for running the net.
All right, Jimmy, thanks for checking in. Do we have any over-the-air check-ins? Because we're at the bottom of the NetLogger check-in list. Anybody over the air, please call now.
Kilo Alpha Zero Romeo Mike Aurora.
KE0FXB.
All right, we got two of them. Bob, KA0RM. Good evening, Bob.
Hello, Shaun. Been a woman again, Dave. Jimmy, I'm on the beam. I pointed up towards the northwest there. You weren't very strong, but I did hear you. Good to hear you in there. I haven't heard anybody from Springfield on the beam there, but I did hear you there. Yeah, it's been a little warm one day, that's for sure. I was out there watering the garden a while ago and picked a bunch of tomatoes and brought them in, but we haven't done too much, I'll tell you today there. Krista said that she'd let me know for sure if they was going to come down by noon tomorrow. You got something that's hanging them up, I guess. They're going to find out by noon whether they're going to be coming or not. So that's the last I heard here, about 4 o'clock, something like that. All right, that's about it, Shaun. KE0MAD, KA0RM.
All right, Bob, thanks for checking in. And I know you heard about breakfast. We're thinking about maybe going a little later than 7:15. So we go 7:15, we'll be done by 8. And of course, you know that place opens at 9. It may not hurt to get there maybe a little bit early. So anyway, we'll figure it out. 7-3 to you, Bob. Thanks for checking in. And looks like next on the list, I think it was KE0 Fox X-Ray Victor. That's Rob in Stratford, if I remember right.
QSL. Yep. It's Rob. Thanks for doing the net. Make contact there.
want to. I got the beam pointed to the southeast. The band's not very good tonight. I think it's just because of all the heat. It's kind of kicking VHF in the butt. When I go rotating the beam around, let me catch up to you again when I get the beam pointed up that way, and I'll get you again on checking because I only caught maybe 5% of all of that. The band's just not the best, so when I start swinging the beam, I'll stop your direction and call on you again if you don't mind. So I'm going to call for more over-the-air check-ins, then we'll start swinging the beam around. Do we have any more over-the-air check-ins? Please call now.
November 2, Sierra Alpha Whiskey.
Kilo 0, Lima Alpha Foxtrot.
All right, we got two of them there. Steve, into SAW. How are you doing, Steve?
Oh, doing pretty well tonight. But yeah, I agree. Normally you're at least an S9, sometimes a little bit higher, and you're an S6. Or 5.6 tonight. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with the local conditions, but I don't know. It seems like 2 meters has just been dead. And I don't necessarily mean because of technology, because one day earlier this week, I was hearing APRS in my car from Arkansas, and so the band was kind of open at that point. So it just seems like no one's talking. Kind of don't know what's going on with that, but I'm not a big talker either, so I'm usually more of a listener. But what's the point of having the equipment if you're not going to talk on it? So we have to talk once in a while. So running 80 watts tonight, same elevation as before, so should be relatively readable to those that can normally hear me. So I will send it back to you and to SAW.
All right, Steve. Yeah, thanks for checking. And yeah, I just looked at your signal with the preamp off, and yeah, you're down about 2 S units from where you normally are. So yeah, it's just the band condition. Because even our repeater, I usually hear our repeater 40 over S9 solid, and it's just a little over a 30 over S9. So there's something going on. Hopefully, it's nothing wrong with my antenna. So with that, hopefully it turns around. All right, into SAW, KE0MAD. Thanks, Steve, for checking in. It looks like next on that logger check-in list is K0LAF. How you doing? I think that's Charlie. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, Roger, Shaun. It's Charlie here in Republic. And just not anything new this week. Just wanted to check in and listen to what everybody else had to say. Thanks for running the net. Back to you, K0LAF.
All right, Charlie, thanks for checking in. We do appreciate it. And maybe we can catch up with you next week on the net again. Looks like we picked up a net logger check-in. That's to the northeast. I think it says Wentzville. So we'll definitely give that a try and see what we come up with. KE0 Mike Kilo Mike. Looks like a Robert in Wentzville, Missouri. Well, if you're able to copy me, Robert, I'm not copying you. When I start swinging the beam around, I will stop on 50 degrees, which is the direction towards you, and we'll try calling you again. So maybe you're able to hear me, and I just can't hear you with these band conditions. All right, do we have any more over-the-air check-ins before I start swinging the beam around? This is KE0MAD.
KE0LTG, Aurora.
All right, I had one in there with you, Lawrence. Someone that was checking in there with Lawrence, I had one more in there. Go ahead.
KF6OZ, Mel in Mount Vernon.
All right, we'll start with KE0LTG. Lawrence, how you doing, Lawrence?
Okay, I seem to be jumping off frequency. A few times I tried to get in there. I'm sort of sitting here in the cool. I've been looking at a book on generators and inverters where you turn DC back to AC. And I always wondered if the digital sine waves work so well. But they mentioned in the book there's several things that your digital sine wave won't work well with. The fluorescent lights with the electronic ballast, laser printers, photocopies, optical hard drives, some laptop computers, medical equipment such as oxygen concentrators, battery chargers, a digital clock radio, a variable speed tool and sewing machines, and microprocessor control furnaces. So there are a few things that you pretty well need the good sine wave for.
Yeah, that is correct. And there's a lot of power inverters that you can buy that don't agree with those things because of that exact reason. Good information, Lawrence. You got anything else?
Not right now, just doing some painting and trying to work with an internet app here to see if I can get another ham radio app going on the internet. But it's nice to hear you out there, and we appreciate you doing the net, Shaun. We'll talk to you later. KE0LTG, clear.
All right, Lawrence, thank you for checking in. And we'll catch up with you on one of the other nets here coming up. Next on the list is KF60Z. Mel in Mount Vernon, how you doing?
Oh, Mel in Mount Vernon is doing well. KF60Z is still keeping ham acres going here. Kind of hard finding time to do things outside for the last several weeks. You have to do it early in the morning, or you don't want to get out in the heat. So I've mostly just been staying cool, trying to figure out things that I can make projects work. Maybe I need to get some repairs done on some of my ham radio gear. That would be a good project while it's cool, because it is cool in the basement workshop. Back to you, Shaun, KF60Z.
Yeah, I definitely want to stay cool. Man, I was trying to do a little bit of work out in the garage earlier, and it was, you just forget about it. It was unbearable in there, no air movement. I guess if I opened the door up and had the fan blown, it probably would have been all right, but it was not comfortable. All right, Mel, thanks for checking in. Good hearing from you. Looks like we're at the bottom of the list. Do we have any more over-the-air check-ins? Call now.
KF0HOD portable rural.
OWRU.
All right, we picked up two more. KF0HOD on the portable. How are you doing, Bob?
Doing well, Shaun. I think since the last time I checked in on the Simplex here, I put a rat tail on this handheld, and can get a lot better access to the repeater. So I just wonder if I heard Lawrence there, obviously real clear, and you're clear also. If anybody else is picking this up, if they're getting it Monette or Marionville, possibly, or see if we can just figure out how far I am reaching at this point. KF0HOD.
Oh, we'll just go ahead and ask Bob. Anybody copying Bob, KF0HOD, he's on a portable with a little counterpoint hanging off of his antenna on his HT to get a little better signal out. Is anybody copying Bob?
I ain't copying over here, Shaun, but he's real weak and staticky on me.
Roger that. Direct with you, Bob. I appreciate it though. It was worth the swing. Maybe a miss here, but I'll be listening out here. KF0HOD. Thanks, Shaun.
All right, Bob. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, it does definitely help on the repeaters for sure. I've tried it, so I know exactly what you're talking about and what you did there. I think it's like an 18 and a half or 18 inch piece of wire. I've got a ring terminal on, and it'll about double the reception on long off repeaters. So I know what you're talking about. All right, 7-3. Looks like next on the list is KE0WRU, Bob in Golden City. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Shaun. Alan tried to holler at you right there in front of me, and I don't know if you heard him or not there. I thought I'd put that in there, KC0SNN. He's in there, but, you know, I don't know if you can hear him or not. But anyway, it's been a warm day today. Man, it's been warm. Air conditioner, tractor work good, but it's still warm there. I guess that's about all I got to say, except I'm glad everybody's on here. I'm glad you're running the net there, Shaun. KE0WRU.
Yeah, well, I do appreciate you checking in. We're up to 19 if I can get to that K0MKM, so and Alan there. So we're doing really good. That tells me everybody's trying to stay out of the heat. That's what that tells me. All right, Bob, thanks for checking in, and we will call on KC0SNN. We'll go ahead and try him now. Alan, are you copying me?
Yeah, I got a good copy on you there. Are you copying me there, over?
I got a great copy on you. No, not using the preamp or the beam. You're doing great.
Yeah, must be the band in pretty good shape there tonight. So, yeah, you sound like you're sitting right here next to me there. So, no, yeah, you're just crystal clear too. So, which way you got your beam headed?
It's pointing to the southeast. So that's why I said I'm on the omnidirectional. I'm just on the GP9. So that's really surprises me.
Yeah, well, the conditions are, what is your condition? But anyway, well, thanks for picking me up there. And I figured maybe you might have heard me a while ago, but maybe somebody beat me to the draw there. So, but anyway, I thought, well, I'm hearing him that good. He ought to be hearing me. So anyway, well, good deal. Thanks for picking me up there, over.
All right, Alan. Yeah, anytime. Good hearing you. And, yeah, maybe we can catch you again next week. Hopefully the band's just as good. All right, 7-3, and we're at the bottom of the list, and I'll take one more call for over the air on this omnidirectional, then I'm going to go right to the beam. Any more check-ins?
And to SAW recheck.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
You're back up to an S9, so something changed. Just wanted to let you know, and to SAW.
You're still at the same signal. That is weird.
Well, that's the magic of ham radio. Good times. All right, N2 SAW is clear.
All right, thanks, Steve.
K6GE, recheck.
All right, go ahead.
I think it might have been in Steve's area because you stayed where you always are with me at an S7 the whole time.
Yeah, the band is just weird. I can tell you that. I can tell just by the people I normally hear and how I normally hear them. The band's just kind of crazy. And like I said, I think the heat has a lot to do with it.
Yep, very true.
All right, I'm gonna switch over to the beam. Be right back. All right, I am on the beam, and I'm pointed down to the southeast towards, let's see, KD0EOA, down around Cape Fair there. KD0EOA, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do. Good evening. A lot of static this evening.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about. The band's kind of screwy. It's up and down and in and out. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst for sure.
Well, I know my QTH is noisy too. That might be adding to it, but could have some atmospheric changes going on.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. I'm hearing you pretty good, though. 5 and 5 with the preamp on. No problem at all hearing you.
Yeah, I'm only getting 2 or 3 bars on you and a lot of static, so I can barely make you out sometimes, so I'll let you go. I'm glad I got in. Thanks for running the net. 73.
All right, Paul, thanks for checking in. All right, I'm still pointing to the southeast. Do we have anybody to the southeast that'd like to check in while I'm pointing that direction? This is KE0MAD with the Thursday Night Simplex Net. All right, not hearing anybody, so I'm pointed to the east. Let's see, the east northeast now, just a little bit below Springfield. Do we have anybody in that direction that can hear me that'd like to check in? Please call now. All right, we'll give a call for this Kilo Echo Zero Kilo Mike in Wentzville, Missouri. Looks like Robert. Robert, do you have a copy? All right, well, we'll go ahead and we'll get him checked in as proxy. Maybe the band was good and he was hearing us. No telling on that one. All right, we'll go up to KE0 Fox X-Ray Victor if you're still listening. I know it's been a little while, but hopefully I can hear you a little better now with the beam.
Yeah, Shaun, still got a copy there. The beam brought you up about an S unit. You were S3, 4 tickling to 5 now, so hopefully a little better on the receive. And now we hit the 100-degree mark here today. Try to stay cool. Lucky you didn't have to work today, but just take her around the house. But appreciate you doing the net. And I was going to ask Steve. I didn't catch his call, but where's he located?
If you're talking about Steve, we got two Steves. We got Steve K0SPM Steve. I think he's on the east side of Springfield. And then we got the other Steve, N2SAW, and I'm not 100% sure where he's at in Springfield. So I don't really know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it would have been the last one. N2SAW, the one that checked in twice. QSL. Yeah, N2SAW. Do you copy K0FXV?
Yes, I do, and you're now 5 over S9, so good old band conditions. But I am in South Central Springfield. I can see Bass Pro Shop when there's no leaves on the trees, so I'm pretty close to it there. So that gives you kind of an idea of where I'm at. So, but yeah, I have you as an S6 on my end, so. Just in case you're wanting that signal reports, back to net and to SAW.
All right, hopefully you're able to copy him there, Rob. He's over there around Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah, I was just curious because he's hitting me better than anybody. I got him full scale. I was just wondering. What kind of rate?
All right, tonight I am talking on the IC 9700 running at 80 watts on a GP9, Comet GP9 antenna mounted 46 feet above my elevation here, which is like 1290, 1300 in that range there. So yeah, it's a 17-foot tall antenna that sits on top of a 46-foot tall fiberglass telescoping mast that I just put up there. So that should be it. I guess more LMR 400 is the cable that runs up there. Do run through a switcher. I don't know if how much information you wanted, but that's basically everything. And to SAW.
Roger, roger. Yeah, that 46 feet makes a huge difference. Appreciate the information, yeah, sounds great. Great sounding signal out here. And Shaun, appreciate you coming back to me there. You're appreciated doing the net there for sure. So I enjoy that every week, and hopefully can continue to expand on it. So KE0MAD, KE0FXV. Thank you, Shaun. 73 to everybody.
All right, Rob. Yeah, I enjoyed doing it. I was worried I wasn't gonna be able to do it tonight. We had a open house for my daughter, getting ready to start kindergarten, so I wasn't too sure I was gonna make it, but everything worked out good. And that's all that matters. All right, thanks for checking in. Hopefully we can catch you again next week. Maybe the band will be a little bit better. But I hear you just fine on the beam there now. So I'm pointing to the northeast. Do we have any more over the air check-ins that'd like to check in that is copying me? Please call now. All right, here none. I'm going to rotate the beam up to the north and to the west just a little bit and catch a couple of them up there, hopefully. All right, I'm pointed north and to the west just a little bit, so we'll see if we can catch N0MLP. Marvin, how you doing?
Well, Shaun doing pretty good tonight. Hopefully making it in good. Band's kind of weird tonight, but I've heard a couple of them in there that I don't normally hear, so caught Dave in there whenever he was checking in, so for a little bit. But anyway, sounding good. A lot of people checking in. It's a pretty nice net tonight. Hope everybody out there is doing good and staying out of the heat as much as they can, or at least getting by with it all right. Gosh, I'd say I would hope it cool down soon, but it doesn't look like it's going to anytime too soon. So, but anyway, great net, man. Sounding good. And I got you on the back side of the beam there for a little bit too when you was pointed southeast. So I don't know. It's kind of an odd band tonight. Anyway, we'll go right back to you, Shaun. Appreciate it. N0MLP.
Yeah, you're coming in good, Marvin. Yeah, I'm looking at the scope, and on 146 450, I've got a digital signal coming in, and I know right where that's coming from. That's coming from Kansas City. So the band is open. It seems like maybe to the west and the northwest a little bit, and it seems like maybe straight off to the east and northeast is not so good, and that's pretty normal. All right, Marvin, thanks for checking in, and I seen you responded to Wes on who was going on tomorrow, so I guess we don't need to add to that. All right, thanks again for checking in. Let's see, do we have Jimmy A0JB since I'm pointed that way? Are you around?
I had to wake him up.
All right, well, I'm going to rotate the beam towards Joplin. Anybody over there around Joplin, Carthage, over there into Kansas, like to check in, please call now. Need to get a lane on here because I could hear the other night on the 400 when they do their emergency communication net. I could hear her good on Simplex. I really couldn't believe it. So I need to, next time she checks in on our repeater net, the 97, I need to see if I can get her to come over here because, man, she had a great signal. I'm going to call one more time over towards Joplin. Anybody like to check into the OARS Thursday Night Simplex Net? Please call now.
Recheck KE0WRU.
All right, go ahead, Bob. Recheck.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it. You're talking about band conditions. Ellen and I had some wild experiences with that the last few mornings. I guess it was Tuesday morning, I think it was. I didn't catch the guy's call sign, but the guy over at Chinook came in to us and talked to us down on 475. And then a guy came in from Arkansas, a KI5NWA came in, and we thought we was doing something. And I guess I think Alan will correct me on this. Wednesday morning, I think it was, a guy from Jonesboro, Arkansas came in. I forgot to get his call sign wrote down. Everybody talked to him for quite a little bit.
Yeah, I had a kind of similar experience. I was hearing a repeater last night, all the way down into let's see, was that Georgia? It wasn't Georgia. It was just North Georgia. What is that right there? Is that Nashville? Whatever's right there, straight north of Georgia, right in Chattanooga. I was hearing a repeater in Chattanooga, 146.970 with a 151 tone. I couldn't believe it. Man, that's a long haul for a repeater.
Well, that's the way we was, and this guy from Jonesboro, we looked it up, and Jonesboro, I don't know, Alan, you still in there? Do you remember what you looked the miles up at?
Yeah, it was right at 200 and almost 300 miles from my QTH to his. So yeah, it was 280 something or 290 something. Yeah, it was almost 300 miles, which was I thought that was a good one for Simplex.
Yeah, absolutely. And Alan, you're coming in 5.9 now. Of course, I got the beam on you, so definitely helping the conditions there.
Roger, Roger. Well, I had a good copy on the omnidirectional, but yeah, that beam, it's working for you there.
All right, well, I'm going to make one more call towards this direction. I'm going to rotate it on down to the Rogers area and Springdale. Anybody over around Joplin or to the northwest that'd like to check in, call now. All right, nothing heard. I got the beam pointed down towards Rogers and a little bit further west, kind of like down into Oklahoma, seeing if I can maybe catch a little wider swath there. Do we have anybody that's copying me that'd like to check in to the OARS Thursday Night Simplex Net? This is KE0MAD. All right, I'll make one more call, then I'm going to switch to the Omni, and we're going to close this thing up. Any more check-ins to the southwest, please call now. Okay, nothing heard. And I'm back on the Omni. I'll take one more call for any over-the-air check-ins, and then we'll close it out. Do we have any more last-minute check-ins? Please call now.
And to SAW, yet another recheck.
Hey, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, just want to make sure everyone knows about the website, vhf.dxview.org. It takes APRS data and plots it into band openings for 2 meters. Looking at the site right now, looks like there's openings between Joplin and Sedalia over into like the Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska area. There's spots all over the country, but it looks like kind of in that area right now, mostly to the north of us and a little bit to the west of us. You might, if you wanted to keep the net going, try kind of aiming in that area, see if anyone comes up. But it looks like there's some unusual propagation, and your signal is stronger again. So, good old man conditions. And to SAW.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about pointing that way and trying for more, but 146.460, not a lot of people are listening there unless they already kind of know about the net. So what I'm going to do is I'm pointed to Kansas City area, because that seems to be where I'm catching a good bit of repeater action. So I'm going to make a call up towards Kansas City and on 5.2, and then I will direct them back down here. I will be right back. KE0MAD. This is Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta. CQ for anybody on 5-2 Simplex. I'm pointed to the northeast or northwest towards Kansas City. Anybody up around Kansas City that would like to check in, we're doing a Simplex Net down on 146.460. Could join us down there if they're copying me. This is Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta down in Aurora, Missouri, southwest Missouri. Again, 146.460 if anybody's copying me. This is KE0MAD. I'm clear and QSY to 146.460. All right, I made a call out there to the northeast or northwest on 5-2. We'll see if anybody followed me down here. This is Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta with the OARS Thursday Night Simplex Net. Do we have anybody up around Kansas City or in that direction towards Nebraska that can hear me that'd like to check in? Please call now. All right, well, we gave it a shot. No go, no dice. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody checking in. We had 20 check-ins, which is really awesome. I appreciate everybody that has checked in, and we had that one proxy from KE0MKM. Like I said, it's very possible they were hearing us, and then the band just wasn't very good for the return. So if there's nothing else to add to the net, I will go ahead and close it out. This is KE0MAD. One last try, then I will sign off. All right, nothing heard. Thank you, everybody, for checking in, and enjoy the rest of the week. And hopefully we can catch a few of you guys over there at the Peanut Farm, I call it, George Washington Carver, at 10 a.m. on Saturday. This is KE0MAD, returning the frequency back to normal amateur use.
MAD, where are you located at?
N0MLP, you still on here? KE0M.
Hang on a second, Bob. Somebody just called me. I'm located in Aurora, Missouri.
Okay, well, I'm surprised I'm hearing you as good as I am, because it must be the band condition. So anyway, I'll let you get back to Steve there. Thanks for letting me know where he's at. KT0SNN. Oh, yeah. No, I hear you. I can see you and Bob talking most every night. There's just some nights I can't, but yeah, we ought to be able to talk just about any time there, Alan. All right, 7-3 to you. This is KE0MAD. I'm clear.